What's good, y'all? In today's video, I'm going to be designing a moto shirt, which is going to be a staple going into this spring. I'm going to be using my new spring mock-up assets that I just dropped, so if you want to follow along or use them in your own work, they'll be linked in the bio. For this one, we're going to be working on a design that is clean, wearable, and gives you plenty of creative freedom to flip it and use it however you'd want to in any of your creative projects. I'm going to be walking you through my creative process from start to finish so that you can take pieces of it and apply it to any of your own design. I really hope you guys can learn something from this, so be sure to follow along and let's jump right into it. So first things first, we want to go ahead and set up our canvas. So today's canvas that we're going to be working on is going to be 4,000 pixels by 4,000 pixels, and we're going to have that at 300 dpi. That's going to pull up this blank canvas here, and we want to continue to set this up. So we're going to go to our actions up here. Let's go to canvas, turn on our drawing guides, and now we're going to edit that drawing guide, go all the way to the end here and turn on our symmetry. And we can turn up the opacity and the thickness just so we can really see that center line that's created. And what that drawing assist does is anything that we do to one side, it helps carry over to the other side, and it also helps align everything to the center of our screen so we keep everything nice and organized. But once we have our center line, what I want to then do is go ahead and pull up the mockup that we're going to be using for today. And the mockups that we're going to be working from are from Quattro Spring 2026 pack. I just updated my Procreate pack with a bunch of new items that are going to be perfect for the spring. Just going to look through this really quick. So I'm going to select the moto shirt front, and with our color selected to black, I'm just going to tap down pretty firmly on our screen. And then from there, what I want to do is zoom in really close. And as we see, there's going to be this blue and green dot here at the top of our mockup. So we just want to zoom into that. And we're just going to align this blue and green dot with that center symmetry line that we created. And that's just going to help us make our process a lot easier going forward as well. Okay, so it should look something like that. And I'm going to go back to our drawing guide and turn down the opacity some to about 15, just so we get a little hint of where that center is, but it's not too distracting. So now here we are, and what I want to do first is go ahead and rename this layer. Let's call this our outline layer. It's important to name our layers just so we can keep everything organized. But after we name that, what I want to do is go ahead and duplicate that outline, and I'm going to lock the top one down. So we should have two outline layers, a locked one and an unlocked one. And then from here, I'm going to create another new layer, and this is where I'm going to select our base color that we're going to be working with today. And I'm going to choose a very light gray, almost like an off-white kind of color, somewhere up in this corner over here. And I'm just going to drag that right onto our screen like that. And then once we have our color on our screen, what I want to do is drop that below all of our outlines. And from here, what we want to do is combine this outline and our color layer. So in order to do that, that's just going to be a pinch together. And what that's going to do is merge these two layers together. And we want to make sure that we're only working on our mockup, of course. And as of right now, our mockup and our background are the same color. And we want to create some separation between the two. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is go up here to our selection tools, and I'm going to go to automatic. And then once we have our automatic selection on, we're going to tap down one time on our screen. And from here, we can adjust how much we want to select or how little. So for this, I'm going to make sure our selection is about 20. And then from here, what I can do is go to our arrow tool, and then I can just drag that right off of our screen, leaving us with just this off-white kind of colored base. And we can go back to this layer now, and let's go ahead and rename this and call this our base layer. So now we have our outline and we have our base. And now from here, what I want to do is go ahead and add in another new layer. And on this new layer, we're going to select our color, and the color that I want to go with is going to be kind of like a dark indigo kind of color, somewhere in that kind of area. I think will look cool. Okay, and I'm using a hard airbrush right now, and we want to make sure that we turn this on to clipping mask as well as drawing assist. And let's go ahead and rename this, and let's call this our detail 1 layer. Okay, so now we have our base and our detail 1 layer, and I'm going to use a size of about 30 on this airbrush here. And now here on this detail 1 layer is where we're going to get pretty creative with things. So you can follow along, or you can kind of freestyle on your own. I'm just going to be freestyling as well. This is a moto inspired kind of shirt, so there's no wrong way to approach it, but I'm just going to show you guys how I would kind of go about it. So the first thing that I want to do is go ahead and draw out a straight line right about there, and then I'm going to draw another line. And when we're drawing these lines out, we want to make sure that we hold them at the end. That's going to give us the opportunity to tweak it and edit it in a bunch of different ways. So I'm just going to draw like kind of angled line like that. Okay, so I'm going to draw another line here, and then another one right about there. Okay, and that's creating this nice little angled shape. And I'm just going to erase this off of our sleeve area over here for now. And then from here, what I want to do is go ahead and just color in this shape we just created and just fill that in like so. Okay, so that should leave us with a shape like this. From here, I'm going to draw out another shape, and I'm going to try to make sure that this is kind of on the same angle. And I'm just going to create a nice little shape that fills in that middle spot between our two shapes that we created on the sides there. And I'm just going to go around and clean that up really quick as well. Make sure all of our edges are straight. And now I can go through and fill in this shape as well. And this is definitely one of those designs where we really have to just kind of trust the process. You know, we'll all see it come together here in a second soon. And then from here, I'm going to draw out another line. And with this design, what I'm really trying to do is make sure all of these lines have the same spacing between and they're kind of following the same general angles. That's usually what makes these designs look as cohesive as possible. And then again, I'm going to go through and erase this off of the sleeves as well. And it should leave us with a shape like that. I think that's looking pretty nice so far. I also want to go around here on this before we hit the sleeve, but this shoulder area, and just create a nice little arc, just continuing that line around. And we're going to go all the way up into the shoulder area as well. And we can just color this area in here. So this is all looking pretty good so far. And now what I want to do is go ahead and add in another new layer, and we can rename this, and let's just call this our sleeves detail. And we're going to make sure this is set to clipping mask and drawing assist. And we're also going to put that below our detail 1 layer. So now here on our sleeves detail, still on our hard airbrush. So the first thing that I want to do is go to this point here, like right in this kind of pit area right here. And we're going to draw out a straight line from there and just connecting down all the way to the bottom of this sleeve. And then we can kind of line that up a little bit nicer as well. And then I'm going to fill in this entire area again with this kind of bluish indigo color as well. Okay. And then from there, what I want to do is draw another line on this kind of back end of the sleeve. And again, we want to make sure that we're keeping the same kind of general spacing between all of these blue areas, just leaving that negative space where our white base is going to kind of show through on the background. So I'm going to draw out this sleeve like that. I'm also going to kind of cut it right about there, just so it doesn't go all the way up for now. And that should leave us with something like this. And I'm just going to round out this sleeve. So I'm going to create another line and just kind of fill in this little shoulder area that we just cut out. And then take this like that. Like I said earlier, this is one of those concepts where you can really freestyle it and be as creative as you want to be with it. There's no right or wrong way to do it, just whatever your personal taste is. But I think this is looking pretty good for me so far. Okay, so we have this, and it's kind of looking a little Star Warsy right now, but we're just going to keep pushing. Now here we are, we kind of have our base set. So now the next thing that I want to do is change the color of this middle shape to a contrasting color. And for this, I'm thinking like a nice rosy, reddish, pinkish color, probably somewhere up in this area. And we're just going to drag that right onto that shape until it looks something like that. And now what I want to do is go to this layer, and we're going to turn on Alpha Lock. And I'm using the Acid Wash 2 brush from Quatro's brushes as well. And what Alpha Lock is going to allow for us to do is only affect the items on this layer, which is our detail 1 layer where we have this pink kind of shape here. So now with our blue color selected, I'm just going to kind of fade up and get a nice little gradient going here. And make sure it's very dark and dense at the bottom and kind of lightens as we go up until it looks something like that. I think that looks really cool. Now what I want to do is go to our sleeves detail, and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go to our Alpha Lock. But now what I want to do is go to our pink color, and we're going to be doing kind of the opposite. And now our gradient is going to go from pink to blue, kind of reversing that shape that we just created there. And again, we're going to keep it pretty dense, pretty thick at the bottom, and kind of let it fade up into everything else as well. Okay, so now we have something like this. I think this is looking really nice. What I want to do is go ahead and add in another new layer. And on this new layer, we're going to turn on Clipping Mask and Drawing Assist. And this, we can just rename this Fill for now. This is just going to be kind of like a filler layer. But this is where we're going to color in this kind of middle block here with that little outline shape that we created as well. And this is where we're just going to be creating a nice little fill layer where we fill in all of this area up here with this same kind of pink color, leaving us with something like this. So now that we're really building this shirt out, what we want to do is go ahead and add in some text to this. A lot of the racing shirts have like graphics and logos. So let's go ahead and add in some text now. And I'm going to go up here to our actions. We're going to add text. And I'm going to be using a font called Solid Stencil 2023. I'll be sure to link this in the description below as well if you guys want to use the same font. And I'm also going to change our text to, say, we'll just put CSP Racing, Quattro Supply Racing. And I'm just going to drop this right to this kind of center area here. And then expand that to a good size, but leaving a little bit of space between that top line and this little shape we created there. Okay, and place that right about there. And then also what I want to do is go ahead and rasterize this. And after we rasterize, I'm going to make this CSP that same kind of indigo blue color and just drag some color onto the letters there, creating some nice kind of contrast with our logo there. Okay, so now what I want to also do is go to our distort, and I'm just going to drag this out. And I'm going to pull this line here, creating a nice little italics kind of style font. Okay, and that should leave us with something like that. And I think this is looking really nice so far. What I want to do is go ahead and duplicate that racing logo, and we're going to throw that onto our sleeves as well. So we're just going to rotate it, expand that out to size until it fits nicely onto our sleeve area here. Okay, so now we have one on our sleeve. I'm going to duplicate that one more time, and we're just going to keep this going up our sleeve area. And we might need to kind of tweak it and warp it a little bit just so it looks pretty seamless with the designs that we created. Okay, and then I want to merge those and then just align that to where we need for that to go. Then I'm going to duplicate that and then just rinse and repeat that same kind of step onto our other sleeve as well. And just throw that right about there. And now that leaves us with something like this. I just merged all of our CSP racing together. And then here in this middle part, this is where we add in some kind of logo, but I'm just gonna kind of freestyle it quick, graffiti style, chunky logo, just so we can get a good idea. That's just a quick little freestyle logo. That's where you'd put your graphic or logo for whatever brand or creative project you may be working on. That's kind of where that would go. And I'm gonna add in one more quick layer, and this is just gonna be our shadows layer, so we can really make this mock-up pop and bring it to life some. And I'm gonna turn on drawing assist and clipping mask, make sure all our layers are still on. And I'm gonna make sure my color is selected to black. And I'm gonna be using the Acid Wash 1 brush from Quattro's Brushes for my shadow today. Make sure that's at a decent size of about 4 or 5. And then for our shadows, what I like to do is just follow these black lines that our outline created. So just kind of going right over those very lightly and just start adding in some shadows on those, and then making sure we get a good amount on our base kind of down here as well. I'm also going to drop our opacity down to about 50% just so we can still see all of our details and stuff that we've been working on below. It's not too dark. And then also make sure we get up here in this collar area as well. So now that we have our shadows, we can go back through these layers really quick. Of course, we have that shadow layer we just created. We have that rough kind of logo I created. We also have our CSP racing all down the sleeves and that middle part. We also have our details that we created originally when we first started out. We also have our sleeve details, and we still have that fill layer where we created just to fill in that little middle part there. And then we have our base down here at the bottom where everything is resting on. But yeah, I think that about wraps up our design for today. If you learned something, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all those good things. My new spring mockup assets are available now in my bio, so if you're interested, be sure to check those out. There's also a lot we didn't get to go over today, which is fine. Just be sure to leave a comment below of what you want to see more of, and I got you. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.